Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a review and swatch video of the Sleek Makeup I Divine Mineral Based Eyeshadow Palette, and this little guy looks like this. If you like the sound of this video, make sure you stick around, give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button before you go anywhere, and let's just jump straight into the video. Okay guys, so I recently picked up this Sleek Makeup palette in Boots, which is a drugstore in the UK. So this little baby cost me £8.99, which I think is amazing. It's under £10. I've only used it once or twice, so what I'm going to do is give you my first impressions and do some swatches for you. I have to say, I was really impressed when I picked up this palette. I did mention this palette in a previous video as well, in another video, sorry. I'm not sure which one's going up first, so I mentioned this in a haul video. And if I've already uploaded that one, then I will link it above. If not, then you'll be watching the other one before you watch this, or something like that. So anyway, this is the packaging that it comes in, and it just looks like this. So these eyeshadows come with 9 different shades. No, they don't. They come with 12 different shades, and they are a mix of matte and shimmer shades. So we will open him up and have a quick look. So the first thing that obviously you'll see when you open up the package is the palette. I was really impressed when I first picked this up because I expected it to be made of cardboard for some reason, and it's plastic. So it is super durable. It's great for just throwing in your handbag as well if you're nipping out somewhere, or throwing in your handbag for work, which is what I tend to do. So opening the palette up, I just need to be careful that all the bits don't fall out. Okay, so these palettes come with an absolute huge mirror. I think this is amazing. Massive mirror. This is really handy as well because you can get really close to your face while you're using the mirror. You also get a little plastic protector for the shadows, which has actually got all of the shades written on. So I will quickly run through them all for you now while I have this still in my hand. So the first matte white shade that we've got is called Glass Slipper. Moving across, we have Beatrice, which is sort of a maroon colour. We've got Perla, which is like a shimmery blue colour. I haven't tried that one yet, but we are going to swatch it in a minute, so I'm excited to see what that one looks like. Then we move on to Fairy Godmother, which is this really pale sort of pink shimmer colour. We've got Grand Duke, which is a royal blue. It looks like a shimmer colour to me. Again, we'll see when we swatch it. Then we've got Drizella, which is this sort of brown, almost sort of metallic sort of shimmer, and it's like a grey sort of slate colour. It's amazing. Then we move down to the bottom and we've got Pumpkin, which is a sort of orangey shimmer shade. We've got Prince Charming, which is a matte blue shade. Happily Ever After, which is a green sort of shimmer shade. Then we've got Anastasia, which is a purple matte shade. Daphne, which again is a darker sort of shimmery green shade. And the last one that we have is Lady Tremaine, which looks like a sort of purpley brown shimmer, maybe with sort of maroon kind of reflexing. So we will see when I swatch them. So the palette also comes with a little applicator. I haven't used the applicator because I just tend to use brushes, and basically that's it. I just use brushes. I don't know what else I was going to say then. I just use brushes when I'm applying my eyeshadow anyway, so this hasn't been used. I'm sure at some point I'll probably forget to take a brush somewhere and have to use this. So that's always handy to have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by swatching all of these shades on my arm so that you guys can actually see. Now I've only actually so far used this one, and a little bit of Pumpkin. I think I've actually used the purple shade. Let me just double check the name of this one. So this is the shade Beatrice. I have used a little bit of this, and this is amazing. I just think they're so pigmented. I always spray my brush with MAC Fix Plus anyway. I don't think that you need to do that with these. I'm going to apply the swatches onto my arm. I haven't moisturised. I haven't put any sort of primer onto my arm or any MAC Fix Plus. So you're just going to see exactly what these look like on their own. So let's get swatching. Okay, so the first shade that we're going to dip into is the palest shade of the palette, and this one is called Glass Slipper. These are really creamy as well, so when I'm swatching it with my finger, it's sort of sinking into the actual product. So I'm going to swatch them on the back of my arm, as usual, and this is what this one looks like. Now, there is a bit of fallout. Let's blow it off. And it's just a really white sort of, it has got a slight shimmer to it, but I would probably just say it's a matte. Yeah, I use this one for highlighting my brow bone on both sides, and you can also use this as sort of a transition, I suppose, just to make everything sort of a little bit more blendable. The next one that I'm going to go into is the shade called Beatrice. So this is the first purpley pink tone shade in the palette, and this is what this one looks like. These shades are quite powdery, so you probably are going to get a little bit of fallout, but for £8.99 I genuinely don't think you can complain. So this, as I say, is a purpley pink sort of matte tone, and I just love it. It's really, really similar to a maroon tone of the MAC shadows that I've been using for the last few years. Then we're moving on to Perla, which is the first of the blue shades, and I believe that this one is a shimmer. So let's have a quick look. I'm just going to pop that one here. That is beautiful. That is so, the swatch is quite thin. I don't know if I use the edge of my finger. That is like a lilac blue shimmer, and it's absolutely beautiful. Hopefully that's picking up on camera so you can see. So that's the shade Perla. Then we're going to move on to Fairy Godmother. This is one of my favourite shades from the actual palette. It's the pale pink shimmer colour. So I'm just going to pop this one on next to it. And that's what this one looks like. This isn't showing up fantastically well. I do have self-tan on, which is in the process of coming off as well. So hopefully you can see that is a really pale pink shimmer. Then the last shadow, sorry, on the top row of shadows is called Drizella. This is the one that looks sort of dark, like a grey slate sort of colour. So I'm going to pop this one on next. And that's what this one looks like. So I've not used this one before. Yeah, this is sort of a mix between a brown and a grey, I would say, and it is a shimmer, and that's absolutely beautiful. Obviously you are going to get a slightly different effect when you apply these with a brush, but if you're using the applicator that comes in the actual palette, I don't think that there'd be that much difference between the colour that you're getting when you're doing a finger swatch and the colour that you're doing with the actual applicator. Okay, so moving on to the bottom row, the first shade that we come to is Pumpkin, which is the orangey gold sort of shimmer shade. Let's just pop this one on next. And that's what this one looks like. Hopefully this is showing up. This is like a really coppery orange sort of shade. Again, I'm obsessed with this. I went through a phase a few years ago of literally just wearing copper shades as well. It's not too dramatic, it's not too in your face, so I think that you could definitely get away with that for everyday use, and just look how shiny it is. Amazing. Okay, so then we're moving on to the next of the blue sort of shades. This is in the shade Prince Charming. I've not used this one before, so we'll see what this is like. And this one is a blue matte shade. So let's have a quick look. Oh, I'm actually really impressed with that. Again, there's a little bit of fallout left because the formulation is quite powdery as well, sort of leaves a little bit of powder behind. But that is what that one looks like. I think that is a really, really nice colour. Now, it's not going to be as dramatic and as pigmented as some people want for sort of like a royal blue colour, but I'm actually really happy with that. I have really pale skin anyway. So blue and purple tones do sort of tend to show up a little bit more on my skin. Then the next shade that I'm going to go into is called Happily Ever After, and this is sort of like a mint, this is like the mint green sort of colour. It's almost like a silvery green aqua colour. So let's pop this one on next. I love that. I've not tried this one before. Oh, that is amazing. I think these two together would be absolutely beautiful. So you can see that reflecting. That one is sort of a blue shade with almost like a silver reflection on it. That's, oh, I love that. I'm definitely going to have to be using that one in the summer. Then the next shade that we come to is one of the dark purple shades. This one is in the shade Anastasia, and it looks like this. Oh, I'm actually really impressed with that. Towards the end of the swatch, it has sort of, the pigment has kind of drained a little bit, but as you can see at the top, the shade is really, really pigmented. I think with a bit of Fix Plus and a really good eyeshadow primer, that would be fantastic. That's more of sort of like an autumn winter colour, so I'll probably be using that then. But I think for a really dramatic night out, if you go in somewhere like with a plum or sort of golden plum eye look, that would be amazing. Okay, then the last of the green shimmer shades is a shade called Daphne. So this is another sort of aqua greeny blue sort of shade, and it looks like this. Ooh, I actually really like that as well. That's obviously a shimmer shade, and that looks like it's got some sort of purpley undertone to it. I really, really like that. These two, I think, together as well would be amazing. So, really impressed. That one's called Daphne. And then the last shade that we've got in the palette is called Lady Tremaine, and this is the darkest of the purple shades that you actually get in this palette. So this one is a matte shade, and again, it's really, really creamy. When I'm actually dipping my finger in to do the swatch, it's sort of sinking into the product. So we'll see if we can fit this last one on here. Please excuse my bad fake tan on my elbow. I am going to wash this off today. And that's that one. So that is a matte shade. It looks kind of purple in the actual palette, but when you put it on your skin, it's sort of more like a muted black. I really like them. These sort of colours towards the end are probably going to be my favourite ones from the whole palette, and you can see them. This one with the sort of bluey lilac sheen to it is just amazing. Never seen anything like that. So yeah, that is the swatches of these shades. So like I say, you get 12 shades in the palette altogether, and for £8.99, I think that is absolutely amazing. I'm really, really impressed with it. So I have, like I say, I've probably used this twice so far. I do intend to keep using it, and it's probably the palette that I will go to on a daily basis if I am running out, you know, for work or something like that, and I don't want to sort of use one of my higher end palettes. For people just starting out in makeup as well, these palettes in this range, I want to say that there was probably about 10 to 15 different palettes with different colour tones in. So that's really good. If you're just starting out in makeup as well and you don't have that many palettes and you want something different, £8.99 is just a bargain. So I'm definitely, next time I go in Boots, I'm definitely going to be seeing if I can pick up some more of these. There's just a massive Boots that's literally opened around the corner from me. It's like a 5-minute walk, so that is going to be horrendous. I'll be in there all the time buying products, and I've already got a list in my head of things that I want to try out. So if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, or there's any palettes that you would like me to try out that are drugstore and that are like an affordable price, drop me a comment and let me know, and I'll be sure to do that for you. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, as I say, make sure you give me a big thumbs up and hit the subscribe button below, and drop me a comment on your thoughts on the Sleek palettes. If you guys have any of the other ones that you think would be good for me to test out, give me a shout and let me know, because I'm more than happy to do so. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.